Hello, thanks for coming out here in Brenda's Quilting Studio. This is going to be fun today. Let me show you what's happening on the quilting bed. Up here, I have another one of these lumberyard quilts. I've talked about it before. You can cut your scraps into specific sizes, drop them in a bin labeled that size, grab a few when you're ready, and pop together a block or two. You can see that she has some 4x4s, she has some 2x8s, she has some 4x8s. She can just grab what she wants and create a block that matches within that dimension, put them all together, and you've got a lumberyard quilt. So a couple of my clients are lumberyard quilt aficionados, and they love to make those and use up the scraps and get the colors all finished and put together in this way. And it's just a wonderful way to be able to create a great quilt for somebody that you've already got the pieces pre-cut. The design I'm putting on here is my COTTONSEED, a very natural design that also looks very organized, and I'm doing it in the cinnamon color of thread, nicely put together with the quilt. Let me show you a couple of things that she has done. She really wanted, because she's created the backing and it wasn't quite big enough. And so she put onto it what I call leaders, extra pieces on a couple of the sides so that it would fit the backing large enough for the front to fit on, because I do need to have at least 3 inches all the way around. And she had let me know. I left this here so that you could see. She labeled the back that she wanted this to be the top right section of the back. And then she wanted this to be the top right section of the top. And so that way I could match these up. She knew exactly which way she wanted to lay out. And so I was able to accommodate that and lay it the way she wanted. Now, as far as adding those leaders, you can see the leaders are this muslin color right here, and underneath the backing is this blue bird fabric. And so I was able to scooch her quilt right up into that, and because she added the leaders to it, there's plenty of space for it. Over here she has a second type of fabric with the ducks, and so she's actually added not only the blue fabric, but eventually she's added right here a little bit of that duck fabric to finish out the backing, making it large enough. So she does have a seam right here, which is vertical. Yes, I love my seams going horizontal if possible, but there are times that I run them vertical, and obviously this is one of them. Now, one of the reasons I did that is because more of her seams are horizontal than vertical, and also because the selvage is up here at the top and at the very bottom. And what I really do want is to run that selvage inside of my red snappers if possible, because then I know I have a nice straight edge and I don't have that tight fabric right against the edge, because the selvage is actually a different weave holding it onto the loom. So I want to let you know that. Also, remember, when you're splicing together your borders or extra sashings and you have fabric that you're slicing together, I'm telling you what, friends, if you splice it at the diagonal, your eye will move so much more smoothly over that. She has a little splicing right here, and I'm only pointing it out to you because I want you to see how nicely that blends together. She's got a little splicing right here. As your eye goes over it, and as you have this design put onto it, your eye will just carry across, and it works so much better than having it at a straight blunt edge. So you want to be sure and check on that. When you're doing your pressing, friends, you want to do a couple of things. One is press the backing very well. She's pressed the seams flat, and that's great. She's nested them together when she came to the corners, and that's great as well. Helps everything to fit in much nicer. If you want to press them open, I am never opposed to that. That distributes the bulk to both sides, so it never hurts my feelings any. But she did press them flat, and they look beautiful. The other thing you want to do is press the front after you've done that. Otherwise, you can have some lapping edges on your front, and when my sweet honey comes across it, she can just stitch that right down, and you'll have you lapping in there forever, and that's not what we want to have happen. So you want to be sure and press on the top of your quilt as well. All right, you have a beautiful quilty day. Tell me what's on your sewing machine today and what you're enjoying in your crafting area.